Hey there, Mr. Thayer from the Syracuse Academy of Science and Citizenship, back with another third grade lesson. We're looking at Module 5, Lesson 22. We're going to generate simple equivalent fractions by using visual fraction models. Okay? So this is going to look like, we're going to get our pal, the number line, out again. And we are going to plot some items, some fractions on the number line. And we're going to look where certain fractions line up together to make equivalent fractions, okay? So it's basically just kind of spotting what is going on and understanding what is being asked. So I have two prepared already for us here. All right, I have up top, you can see I have my fourths, and down here I have my eighths already plotted, okay? And as you go through, you can start to see that some of those numbers match up with other numbers, all right? So, for instance, this 1/4, I'll start right here. This 1/4 and this 2/8 represent an equivalent fraction. 1/4 is equal to 2/8. Okay? Because, if you take a look at it, if I was to, let me fix that up a little bit here, driving me nuts. If I was to multiply the numerator by 2 and the denominator by 2 and double them, I would get 2/8. 2 times 1 is 2, and 2 times 4 is 8. So those would be equivalent fractions. Okay? If you go through here, you can also see other equivalents here. You have 2/4 and 4/8. Those are equivalent. You can see that they double up here. If I multiplied 2 by 2, that would give me 4, and 4 by 2 would give me 8. 3/4 and 6/8 are equivalent. Okay? And then also 0/4 and 0/8 would be equivalent, and 4/4 and 8/8 would also be equivalent. So you can see when you have that number line and we're plotting points on that number line, look for where you're seeing two numbers match up, or two fractions match up is what I'm saying. Like I said here, you got 2/4 and 4/8. Those are equivalent. Okay? And like I said here, we multiplied times 2 and times 2, and that gave us 4/8 to be equivalent. Okay? So this is one of those things where you're kind of looking at that number line and you're looking for where things are matching up. Let's take a look. I'm going to add a couple things in here. I broke this number line into thirds and into sixths. Up top, I got 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. Down here, I got 1/6 all the way up to 6/6, and you can already start to see where those equivalent fractions are hanging out. There's one right there, 0/3 and 0/6, and then 1/3 is equal to 2/6. Okay, if I was to multiply the top times 2 and the bottom times 2, it would give me the equivalent fraction of 2/6. Okay, there's two more on here. We know 3/3 and 6/6. Boy, am I making this look messy. And then the one that stands out here is 2/3 and 4/6. So 2/3 is equal to 4/6. And we just know that multiplying by 2, or doubling it up, 2/3 is going to look like 4/6, and these are equivalent fractions. Okay? You can see that thirds and sixths do not have an equivalency at 1/6 or 3/6 because nothing matches up with them. But 1/3 and 2/6, they're equivalent. 2/3 and 4/6 are equivalent. Okay? Now let's take an example where they give us a picture and see if we can match up pictures that represent the same thing here. So I have 6 pictures here, and what we're going to do is we are going to find out what the fraction is in each picture, and then we're going to match them up. We're going to match these 3 with these 3 over here to look at equivalent fractions. So first thing first, we know we have 1/2 right there. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have our denominator here is 5, and I got 2/5 over here. This is an easy one. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 1/4. Okay. We're going to solve all these problems, and then it'll be easier for us to match up. Over here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 8 for our denominator, and our numerator is 2. So we have 2 8s over there. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 4, 6. Yep. And then we have 3 that are shaded in. And then on the bottom here, we have 10. We have 4 that are shaded in. Okay? So these fractions match up. We have to find which matches with which here. Okay? So we have a half here. And to go with a half, we would say that this half would match up with the 3/6. Now, how did I come up with that? I know that if I was to multiply the top and bottom by 3, 3 times 1 is 3, 2 times 3 is 6. So 1/2 and 3/6 are equivalent fractions, okay? And if I were to put these, if I was to take these pieces and put them together, they would be equal, okay? Even though they're kind of mixed up here, that's the same amount of pieces or equivalencies that you would see. Okay, we have 2/5. What would match up with 2/5? 2/5 and 2 8s, not going to work. But 2/5 and 4/10, yeah, that would look good because I would multiply this by 2. 2 times 2 would give me 4. 2 times 5 would give me 10. These would be equivalent. Okay, and like I said, if you match those up cleanly and put all the shaded areas in, they would be exactly the same. And then 1/4 and 2 8, we know those are going to match as well. And what we did here is we multiplied the tops by 2. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 4 is 8. And that shows the equivalent fractions when we are using a picture. Okay? So the key here is to start to understand, start to realize that there are connections on the number line when we put some fractions together, understanding what equivalent means. And understanding that you might be doubling or tripling the numbers to get to that equivalent fraction. But really using the number line and understanding that is great. So head over to the exit ticket, answer those questions, and I will see you guys soon.